It's 6:58. Comedian Andrew Rivers is going to be at the Loft Comedy Club Friday and Saturday. He'll be in the studio in just a few minutes on Rock 102. It's 7:09 with Bax and O'Brien to Rock 102.
Another heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock tonight with scattered thunderstorms and a high of 88. 74 now in downtown Springfield.
Andrew Rivers is going to be at the...
Andrew J. Rivers.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
Andrew J. Rivers is going to be at the Loft Comedy Club in Chicopee Friday and Saturday for a bunch of great comedy shows. It's good to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I heard you described as funny with the soothing smell of placenta.
Yeah, that is true. That is what Christopher Titus refers to me as. He calls me his fetus.
You do look like a very young Titus.
Sometimes I get to work with him sometimes, and so I always open the show like I'm just here because he missed a child support payment back in the day, you know. But he's a good guy. He's actually coming to town next week. So
yeah,
the
just
Loft,
coincidentally,
yeah.
The Loft has only been open for like a couple of months,
right?
And Titus is coming up.
They're getting big names like Titus and whoever I am. You know,
so a few other guys you might not have heard
some
of.
Guys, you know.
But now you were telling us off the air you're originally from Seattle.
Yes. So the Patriot shirts really offend me everywhere I go.
Listen,
just resisting the urge to punch everybody.
If you're a Seahawk fan, you really have no one to blame but yourself.
You're right.
It
doesn't mean I can't be angry. I guess it does. I just I like that you guys are cool about it. Like, I think that it's funny that sometimes you go to, like, I was in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago and they're Packers, and that feels like a rivalry. Out here, you guys are like, yeah, we win. It's fine. We're not that mad, you know?
We have gotten a certain level of, used to winning with things being the way they are. But, hey, who knows? Tom Brady retires and it could all go back to Seattle.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's... knocking on wood. Let's make it happen. Let's get rid of that guy. He's too good.
As long as Pete Carroll doesn't blow it at the end of the game.
Sure. You can't be that good at something and that good looking at the same time. It's like pick one lane. You know what I mean? Stop being sexy and good at sports.
Well, eventually he'll stop being good at sports. I don't know if he'll ever stop being sexy.
Nah, it'll happen. Look what it did to us. Look what age and time did to us.
Yes, it gets all of us eventually. You guys were sexy once?
No,
that's not at all. Actually, we're still waiting for that phase.
So how old are you?
33.
Really? Because you look 23.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Are you flirting with me?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, I feel 43, so I don't know. That's what's funny about watching football is like all my injuries, like my toe has been hurting just for a couple weeks. I'm like, I didn't even know you could hurt a toe.
Sure.
But you like go to the doctor and they're like, oh, you got like a plantar fasciitis, and I'm like, I recognize that from football, and so, I'm not like running triathlons. They're just like, your body sucks, and you should have tried harder.
Which toe is it though? Is it a big toe?
My right toe, yeah, my big toe.
Yeah, that's the
most important one.
Exactly, it's the king of the toes.
Yeah.
You got to make
twice the size.
Exactly. Although for you, it might not be. You're kind of a compact guy.
Yeah, very compact.
Yeah. Now, you've got a whole list of dates here after Chicopee back in Washington State. Is that where you, obviously, as you said, you're from Seattle, but do you play the Northwest more often than anywhere else?
Well, I mean, it's easier to perform at home because I don't have to catch planes, but I've performed in 40 states, and I went to Europe last summer.
Really?
And Canada, cruise ships. I've been all over the world. The humidity out here, it feels like the heat is giving you a hug. And it's like, I want a little bit of space, you know?
It feels like it's rolling for your wallet.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to look up and my keys are gone. So
now, even though you're in your 30s and look like you're in your 20s, we're on your website here, and you probably grew up with this kind of publicity that comedians have websites. This probably isn't anything new to you because this has always been around.
It's fascinating. I mean, technology, my age group is right on that cusp, and because my dad was always he was the first one to have a laser disc player. You know what I mean? Wait, you guys remember what that was?
No, we do.
But so it's like our house always had we had the first 56K modem, So it is goofy.
I hope you took pictures when it arrived.
Hey, what show is this on? How do I set my VCR to listen to this show? So I did grow up with technology. I'm very to it.
And did you grow up in Washington State?
Yeah, I was born in Worcester. Oh. And but I think I moved to Seattle. I mean, I didn't really have a say in the decision, but I think I was like 4 years old when we got out there. So I don't remember much.
But you grew up in Bill Gates' Microsoft country, so it's not surprising your father would have the first 56K modem.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you just, when you live next to Bill Gates, you just call him up. Hey, can I get a spare computer? And he's like, sure.
Can we just rummage through your dumpster?
Yeah, exactly.
He probably puts all that stuff down at the curb on garbage
free.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Because we used to, when I was kids, we were teenagers, we'd go dumpster diving because there was a snowboard store or whatever, and they would throw out the ones that had one little thing wrong. We were like, oh, we can get around a binder missing or whatever,
Yeah.
And I imagine rummaging through Bill Gates' house. You're like, oh, I just found this. I don't know anything about computers, but
I just found this
laser disc player or whatever.
He left a mainframe at the bottom of his driveway.
Yeah.
So, but like John was saying, and again, this is Andrew Rivers in the studio. Like you were saying,
Andrew J.
Rivers.
Whatever.
I could drop a J, and he'll still be at the Loft.
We're on a two-name basis, but you don't have to.
But the website, the social media stuff, and you're also podcasting too.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I did. I got YouTube. I'm on everything. Facebook, Twitter, Adult Friend Finder, whatever service you want to track me down on. It's just Andrew J. Rivers on all of that. If you add me on Facebook, though, don't get mad if I like your posts. People are always like, you're Facebook stalking me. I'm like, that's what Facebook is for.
Exactly. Of course it is.
You can't call it Facebook stalking if you accept my friend request. That's like seeing me in the bushes and inviting me in. That's your fault. But yeah, I did do a little podcast called "Don't Quit Your Night Job" because people are always like, being a comedian is the toughest thing in the world, and I'm like, this is all I'm capable of. And so I sort of made YouTube videos where I would attempt other people's jobs and poorly. Not on purpose, I just don't have skills, which is how you get into comedy. And
that's how you get into radio also.
I didn't want to make that joke because I didn't know you.
But it's all for the first one to admit you're on.
Didn't know you well enough to insult you to your face.
No, that's okay.
As long as it's unspoken. So I learned magic tricks, and I learned just to fool drunk people at a bar. And,
right.
And I made friends with the punter for the Seahawks, John Ryan. And so we filmed a thing where he would kick punts to me to see if I could catch him. Because one year the Seahawks had a guy catching the punts, and he was bad. Like, he would catch him, but he would run 3 yards and then stumble. And where I was always yelling at the team, I can do better than that. It turns out I can't. And turns out that guy was really good because they even a really a football fan that pays attention, you miss a lot of stuff that is going on.
Sure.
Like punters, they have all a golf bag of tricks. Like they can make it boomerang or they can make it knuckle, and so they have all these little tricks that they can do. And so if he kicked it right to me, I would catch it about half the time. And then if I had to run at all, I just was falling over.
And you didn't face what a lot of guys do.
No, there's no one running. There's no one even trying to tackle me. There's no threat of that.
Yeah.
There's no...
But yet you'd still fall after 3 yards.
Yeah, I would still... I'm just that poorly coordinated.
Maybe that would explain the turf toe.
Yeah, that would explain the injuries, falling a lot.
So I
wish I was a sleepwalker so I could blame it on something,
So you obviously moved to Washington at a very young age because being born in Worcester, if you had lived there for any part of your life, you probably would have been a Patriots fan early,
Sure.
and then be brought and turned into a Seahawks fan. But
Yeah.
you're
So my dad is a Patriots fan, but a Seahawks fan. He likes to play both sides of the fence, you know. He's a cheater. It explains why he's a Patriots fan. But
are you?
sorry, did I let the air out of the room? Yeah, but I wish you could just switch I wish you could just change. There was that NFL commercial that was like, oh, my brother met Adrian Peterson in the airport. Now he's a Vikings fan. And I was like, that's not how that works. You're miserable. You don't get to change teams. If you're miserable, you have to be, because then how would you appreciate the good years?
right.
Well,
Is
that's
my-
exactly it.
And that's probably what your father did. Your father probably was a Patriots fan before Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
When the Patriots sucked.
Right.
He didn't move to Seattle and become a Seahawks fan.
No.
He stayed a Patriots fan, and then
Right.
it worked for him.
Yeah. And then he roots for the Seahawks when they get good. And I don't know.
Yeah, but what happens when Seattle plays New England? Does he?
He went to a Patriots game with a Patriots jersey over a Seahawks jersey.
In Washington?
No, it was
Oh,
in
here.
New England.
Okay.
But so fascinating. And then I think like at halftime he switches the jerseys just to be like, go team, whoever. You know, if one team takes the lead, he puts their jersey back on.
And the guy behind him says, "I'm sorry, that's not your seat."
Yeah. And they go, we don't recognize you. Do you have your ticket?
There was somebody else sitting there.
He actually has a, you can order a custom jersey, and he has a Seahawks jersey that the nameplate says Fairweather. It's really funny. So he knows he doesn't, like, he couldn't name more than 5 players on either team, but also it doesn't matter. It's just entertainment. It's just fun. And it's just, I mean, I wish they would all die, but it's just for fun, and it's not that serious.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
When you want somebody to die, it's very rarely
Right.
ever
It's
serious.
it's not been that.
No.
No ill will towards anybody.
Just die.
yeah, just die. Maybe not die, just like,
Sick.
it
It turns out spite works very well for you.
yeah, bad diarrhea on game day. Only if you're playing us. You
A
know?
sore toe.
Yeah, a bad
Even
toe.
that, yeah.
But Tom Brady hurt his knee, and he still came
playing?
back. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fine.
He just drew another leg and started getting
It's
back
great.
on it again.
You know what I mean?
Superman.
That's it.
Are you married?
No.
No?
Thanks for bringing it up.
Well, again, you look barely old enough to be married.
Oh, yeah?
But now it sounds like you were married.
No.
Oh.
No. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
No, my parents are on my case because, I'm 33 and so lonely. Ladies, he's very compact in frame. If anyone's got a foot fetish, my toes could use rubbing. I'm just traveling a lot, and that's my excuse anyway. Single by choice, which is what you say when no one wants to date you. I am. It's just. I'm in a different city, and I'm in. And I'm ugly, so that's not helping.
Like we said, you look like a young Titus. Titus is it like a.
And he's been divorced. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
that's what my future holds. No,
If you're lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you got to get married first.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I think it's tough as a comedian because girls, everything's funny until it's about you. So, like, I was on a date with a girl and we're just joking around. And she got, like, defensive where she's like, you better be nice to me. My dad has a black belt. I was like, I don't care. My dad has a black friend. That's fine. That's way more dangerous. So I think, and he has a purple suit. I don't know where that ranks on the scale, but my parents are concerned because they were married about my age. They were having babies when they were my age. So now they're like, it's your turn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, look at the stars or whatever. I try to change the conversation. But I just went through a breakup a couple months ago, and so Didn't think I'd get this emotional. It was really funny because she was like, she would send me text messages like, I had a dream about you last night. And I was like, all right, and she's like, yeah, it was so hot. You were super ripped. And I was like, are you sure it was me in the dream? I think you're just dreaming about. She's like, no, I mean, you were 6'4" and Puerto Rican, but it was you. I'm pretty sure. So I tried to get her back. I was like, oh, I had a dream about you the other night. And she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, it was so romantic. You accepted me for who I was. And she's like, wow, you had a fantasy. And, so didn't really get along.
You can see where you'd end that.
Yeah, you can see why things didn't work out all the way.
Well, hey, who knows?
But hey, if as soon as this turf toe gets better, I'm gonna start hitting the gym.
Andrew Rivers is going to be at the Loft Comedy Club, 92 View Street in Chicopee, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Great to meet you. Good
Hey,
to have
thanks
you back.
so much.
Andrew J. Rivers.
Andrew J. Rivers on anything. If you use the code 5OFF, I think it gives you $5 off for
through your site or through the Loft?
You can go to whatever.
Yeah.
You message me if you don't know how to work anything.
LoftComedyClub.com
There
is
you
the
go.
website.
There
Cool.
you go.
Andrew, it's good to see you.
Thanks.